Once I'm back in Canada, though, I'm actually going to be taking my health seriously again. And I'm going to probably sign up for a few half marathons because I haven't been taking my health super seriously. I haven't been very healthy. And I also am going to be going and hiring my parents. So I think I've talked about it a little bit before, but my parents have been very helpful and very great. And as they're getting older, I'm spending less and less time with them. So if they work with me, there's going to be much more chances for us to spend time together. You know, instead of my parents working a job that they're not happy with, if I can get them a job working for me and they're doing a phenomenal job, it only allows us to travel more, to do things together more, and to spend time together. Again, my stepdad is retired, but my mom is close to retiring. And, you know, if I can basically give her the same salary until she retires and she's happy and she gets to work with me. And again, like, y'all have to understand, right? My parents, on my mom's birthday, 6 a.m., went to get the truck. We loaded the truck. We drove hours to the warehouse, loaded that truck again. Then we drove all the way to TwitchCon, loaded, unloaded that truck, right? Like that's stuff that is work. And most people would do that job in like 3 days, something that my parents and I did in half a day, right? But that is also why I'm kind of splitting all the companies and stuff, because it's just going to make it easier to be like, okay, my parents are employed by the merch, right? My parents are employed by the merch. They're doing that kind of stuff and they're helping there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's exciting. I'm really, like, I'm so happy because that's one thing that since I moved in with Junie, she's amazing and I love her. But I miss my little meatballs. I miss my parents. And now, for example, even if, let's say I was in California right now, but I knew that I was going to Holiday Matsuri in Florida, then I know that I get to see them. Isn't that fun? Also, they don't really need, like, my parents could work less. And that's basically what I want to do. I basically want them to work less, but still make okay money and have a job that I can trust them with. So this is the thing about my parents that I really appreciate, and it's hard to find in other people. If I tell them what I need done, they will do it. And I don't need to micromanage them. I'll give you an example, right? We did not have curtains for the booth. We needed black curtains for the booth. So I sent my mother over to, I think it was Walmart or something like that. They didn't have the curtains that we needed. Another person would call me and be like, hey, they don't have the curtains that we need, but they have these other curtains, and basically like take my precious time away from what I'm doing. But my mom's a girl boss, so she just went to another Walmart and got the exact curtains we needed. She didn't need to call me. She didn't need to tell me. She didn't need to ask me permission. She could make executive decisions on her own. You know, and I really, that to me is worth so much money, right? Like that to me is worth so much money to know that I can just be like, I need this, make it happen. I don't care how you make it happen, make it happen. And she did. And she didn't have to be like, hey, so da-da-da-da, what do you recommend? Where do you think we... No, she just made it happen, right? And that is great. I need that. I really need that. So yeah, they're going to be working for me. I'm excited. So I'm going to be very honest with you all. And I was a little bit nervous about letting my mom be a salesperson. Because honestly, it was because I was worried that people wouldn't be able to understand her because of her accent. And my mom, God bless her, she was like, hey, dipshit, to me. She goes, I've been a saleswoman since before you were born. She's like, I can sell anything. It doesn't matter. I'm a yapper. What do you mean? What do you mean? She's like, she was genuinely like, how dare you? That's really hurtful. And I was kind of intimidated. I was worried that maybe she'd be intimidated by you guys or that she'd be like not in her element. And she's like, hey, I've been in this element since before you were born, idiot. She's like, you stupid. So she wants to actually be a salesperson. That being said, very clearly, she's like, look, I'm not going to be doing a 12-hour. She's like, you are not making me get to the booth at 8 a.m. and leave at 8 p.m., right? But she's like, hey, I want to set up your stuff. I want to help you with the sales. I got you. Zen, I love you. Zen, should I get alcohol? I'm doing a late night yapping stream. Also, Zen, look. I'm getting a U2s this Sunday. Yeah, so my mom wants to also be at the booth and kind of like help me when it comes to like the front of the booth, I guess. But she absolutely is like, hey, listen, I'm not going to be at your booth 10 hours a day on my feet. I'm not going to be 10 hours a day at your booth selling. She's like, I'll come in, I'll help. I'll probably do like the morning shift so people sleep in. But then she's like, once 3 p.m. hits, me and my husband, we're on the beach having champagne. As she should, But I'm just really, really glad that, I don't know, it felt so... I don't want to cry. I'm sorry, but I'm really happy that my parents want to be involved. I'm also really happy that they want to be involved in a place where their skills are good, but also they don't want to be overly involved and they still want to enjoy their old years, right? Like they're not getting younger. And I'm just really happy that now I have an excuse to travel with them more, right? Like, for example, we're going to be in Florida. We're going to be in Florida for Holiday Matsuri in December. What a great time. What an awesome time. We're going to come in. We're going to set up the booth. I'm going to be doing some stuff at Holiday Matsuri, and then we're going to hang out in Florida. Like, how awesome is that? How cool is that? I actually get to travel with my parents and have a good time with them. And because we're also working, we're not kind of getting on each other's nerves. It's awesome. I can't believe that life is heading that way. And I couldn't be happier.